A delightful morning to one and all present here. On the behalf of the Department of Management, it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all to the International Conference on Panoramic Advancement in Business Paradigm, a Global Perspective 2024 for Session 1 Finance. I'm Sneha and I'm honored and excited to be your MC today. We have an exciting and informative lineup ahead featuring esteemed speakers who are expert in the field of finance. It's my great honor to welcome Dr. Jayaraj Singaram and Dr. Kadalarasan, who are experts in this field. Today's discussion will cover crucial topics and insights that are relevant in today's dynamic financial landscape. Before we begin, I would like to extend the great thank you to all our participants for making time to be here today, especially our international guest who has joined us. I welcome you, sir. Now, I would like to call upon Mrs. Pauline Jeromina, Assistant Professor, Department of Management, to introduce our speaker, Dr. Jayaraj Singaram, and our moderator, Dr. Kadalarasan.
Good morning, everyone. It is great honor to introduce our esteemed chief guest for this international conference, Dr. Jayaraj Singaram, a distinguished academic from Madurai, India. Currently, he is serving as a faculty member in the Department of Accounting and Finance at Sino British College, Guangxi University in China. Sir, he brings a wealth knowledge of and experience in advanced financial accounting, management accounting techniques, and international accounting standards. With a robust academic background that includes a PhD in commerce and management, Sir is not only an accomplished educator, but also a prolific researcher, regularly publishing in professional journals and contributing to the field through his insightful writings and workshops. His commitment to fostering an inclusive learning environment is evident in his dedication to mentoring students from diverse backgrounds. In addition to his teaching expertise, Sir holds several prestigious certifications, including Associate Member of the Certified Public Accountant in Australia, and actively serves on editorial and advisory boards for multiple international journals. Let us join in welcoming Dr. Jayaraj Singaram, whose insights and contribution will undoubtedly inspire us all throughout this conference. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
I also welcome Dr. T. Kadalarasan, our chief guest, our moderator of the session 1, Finance. Sir, currently serving an assistant professor and head of the department at Christ Institute of Technology in Pondicherry. Sir specializes in banking technology and management. He holds a PhD in banking technology and management from Pondicherry University, where his research focused on the acceptance of mobile banking services. With a rich academic background and extensive teaching experience, he has made significant contributions to the fields of financial management, fintech, and sustainable development. In addition to his academic achievements, he has practical experience in marketing and consulting with the tech industry, further enriching his perspective on banking and finance. Let us join in welcoming Dr. T. Kadalarasan, whose insights and expertise will undoubtedly inspire and guide our discussions throughout this session. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I welcome Dr. Jayaraj to share his insight for this session.
Good morning to everyone. Dr. Mahalakshmi Madam and Dr. Vaidehi Madam, Department of Management and Commerce, for creating this valuable opportunities to me to be here for what promises to be a guest speaker of this session. I wish for inspiring and successful ideas. So, in the today's session, a digital transformation or a digitalization or technology plays a vital or important role or significant role, especially in the financial sector. First of all, try to know this why the technology play a vital role in this financial sector. There are three major benefits. The technology plays an important role in the financial sector. For instance, operational efficiency. The efficiency of an organization would be very smooth, and improving customer experience. All financial sector belongs to the customer. So improving customer experience, another important benefit of this financial technology in this field. The last and least one, data security, the another important one to protect this sector. This is why in the financial technology or recent emerging technology plays vital role in the financial sector. When we talk about the financial sector, what are they? Banks, investment houses, insurance companies, real estate brokers, customer finance corporation, and the mortgage lenders. All businesses will come into this field, the financial sector. So this financial sector mostly benefit from this advanced and emerging technology in redefining the sector and also saving the service. So this financial technology helps to this sector. For instance, mode of payment, retail banking, insurance, financial management, etc. So in this way, the financial technology plays a vital or important role in the financial sector. For instance, what are the emerging technology these sectors have been using at present? For instance, artificial intelligence, then cyber security, buy now, pay later technology, blockchain and crypto assets, open banking platforms, banking of things BOT, metaverse, for instance, augmented reality and virtual reality, and automation in financial services, big data or data analysis, and RPA, robotic process automation. So these are the emerging technologies would support or more services provided in this sector. So once again, I would like to thank our college for providing me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for this wonderful session and orientation about the financial stream and the technicality, how much it is influencing the financial stream, especially the augmented reality and virtual reality AI tools. And thank you for it. So the technical session will start now. If you are interested in it, you can continue the session with the technical session also. Kadalarasan, sir. Our presenters are ready, sir. We have sent you the presentation list to you through WhatsApp. Kadalarasan, sir.
I received, ma'am. I received, ma'am. I received the name of the candidate.
Very good morning, sir.
Very good morning, ma'am. Welcome to all the presenters who participated in this conference. And all the best for your presentation. And Dr. P.
Sir,
Kadalarasan.
sir, voice is
Breaking,
little
ma'am.
feeble, sir.
Now it's okay. Voice is audible. Now voice is clear.
Yes, sir. We have the presentation order here, sir.
Okay,
And
ma'am.
presenters will be presenting the session for 5 minutes for them to present. And later on, after the presentation, you can go on with the question and answer session. So this is for the participants who are there in the meet. The order of the presentation is, let me check, I'll call out the order of the presentation even though I have put it in the group. The first presenter will be Kanni Rajalingam sir, second presenter will be Bhaskaran sir, third presenter will be Shivani Rawat, fourth presenter Dr. Shahnaz, and the fifth presenter Mahalakshmi. Kanni Rajalingam sir, are you ready sir? Can we start with the presentation?
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
Sir, the timer will be set for your presentation and for exact 5 minutes will be given for the presentation. If you are ready, we can start presenting your...
Question. Okay, ma'am. I'm ready.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Okay.
Maintain the time, okay?
Your time
Okay.
start now, sir.
A very pleasant morning for the dignitaries. I am very happy to submit my sincere thanks for the fine opportunity given to me. I have done a research in the topic driving sustainable initiative on wealth creation by coffee can portfolio investment management strategy. Uh, now I now I hand over the session to my co-author, Mr. Muthu Aravindan sir, the research scholar of American College, Madurai. Muthu Aravindan sir, over to you.
Kanni
Thank
Rajalingam sir,
you,
just
sir.
wait for a minute. Our presentation is not telecasted there. Just give us a minute for this. We are trying to
Okay,
present
okay,
your presentation, so we are just holding your presentation as of now.
okay. Shall I start now, ma'am?
I'll let you know when to start. Just a minute.
Ma'am, but I have
Okay,
already
ma'am. Okay.
shared the screen, ma'am. Ma'am,
Ma'am,
am
it
I
is
audible?
already visible in Muthu Aravindan sir screen itself, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have already shared the screen.
Kanni Rajalingam sir, is the screen you are presenting from your? We are presenting from our side. You can start the session.
Okay, ma'am. Shall I start now?
Yes, your time starts now.
A very pleasant morning, one and all present in the meet and the dignitaries. It is my pleasure to submit my sincere thanks for the fine opportunity given for me. I am Dr. Kanni Rajalingam, Assistant Professor of Commerce in Perry College of Arts and Science, Mannivakkam, Chennai. I have done a research in the topic driving sustainable initiate on wealth creation by coffee can portfolio investment management strategy. Let me hand over the session to my co-author, Mr. Muthu Aravindan, sir, the research scholar of American College, Madurai. Muthu, sir, it is over to you.
Thank you, sir. Introduction. Wealth generation is the process of agglomerate of assets, investments, and resources over a period of time. The power of compounding at the same time, starting investments at an earlier stage of financial career is instrumental in wealth generation over the long term. So the wealth creation is helpful for identifying and analyzing the investing of productive assets, aligning them with financial goals in different stages of life. The coffee can investment portfolio management is an investment strategy wherein the investor's risk appetite is meager and the attempt of investment for long-term securities and portfolio management of different companies' performance is consistent and it is fundamentally strong. Robert G. Kirby, an investment manager at Capital Group, has coined the term coffee can investing in 1984 based upon the Americans' practice. During the earliest 20th century, old West American people used coffee cans to store all their treasures and dollars. These cans were hidden beneath the mattress. The investors buy shares and forget them, much as they did in 1984 when they put items in coffee can and forget about them. So the embrace of stocks that they are investing in coffee can, that is which is for sustainable business plan and for strong competitive advantage. So they prioritize over companies within a track record for substantial profitability and sales growth. So the present study analyzes about coffee can portfolio strategy criteria by testing the significance of coffee can investment portfolio management strategy and fundamental factors. So the fundamental factors are we have taken return on capital employed, return on equity, growth on sales, and market capital. And the next slide, objectives. To study the theoretical concept of coffee can investment portfolio management strategy, to identify suitable corporates for investment on the basis of coffee can investment portfolio management strategy, to measure the relationship between independent variables of coffee can investment portfolio management strategy. Next slide. Properties of coffee can investment portfolio management strategy. Market capitalization. So in market capitalization, the company which refers to, we have taken only the market value. That is the first criteria for choosing the coffee can investing is they must have some minimum of rupees 100 crores of market cap. And the next one is return on capital employed. It must be for companies consistently generating a return on capital employed of pre-tax of 15%, and goodwill of the company. Goodwill of the company, they must have the business for at least 10 years for maintaining their financial status. And then year on year revenue growth rate. It must be adjusted for 10-year average nominal gross domestic product, that is 13.8%. Debt to equity. The coffee can portfolio management strategy, they must have minimum of debt to equity or 0% of debt to equity. And the final one is strong moats or competitive edge. The coffee can investing strategy has been taken that the investor should select the investment decision platform according to the portfolio which is reliable for companies in their solid economic moats. And next slide. Hypothesis. So the first hypothesis, we have taken a significant impact exists on coffee can investment portfolio management strategy for wealth creation. Second one, FMCG companies. Third one, civil corporates for significant of coffee can investment portfolio management strategy for investment decision. And the fourth hypothesis is it is a linearity relationship between the variables. Next, results and discussions. So in results and discussions, we have taken that is the topmost corporates. The topmost corporates we have highlighted that the importance and capacity to gear wealth with ideal return on investment. So we have taken considerable impact on compound annual growth rate of SRF Limited and Astral Limited. And the study we have taken was that is from 2023 to 2024. Finally, conclusion. So the present study, we have concluded that the criteria for market cap, return on capital employed, return on equity has been taken for coffee can investment portfolio management strategy. It has been well suitable for wealth creation. So it has been illustrated that Tube Investments of India Limited and Varun Beverages Limited has been positively satisfied the criteria for coffee can investment portfolio management strategy, and it has been stands forward for effective investment platform. So from the outset of the present study, we have considered that the fundamental guidance and the hypothesis are positively accepted, and the conclusion, the final thought of the study, coffee can investing offers a simple and practical approach for long-term wealth creation. So by selecting high quality stocks and holding them for a considerable period, so that investors can potentially outperform the market and they can enjoy the benefits in the future. So the strategy requires patience and discipline, and it eliminates need for constant monitoring and trading. It makes suitable for investors by seeking low maintenance approach to wealth building. That's it. Thank you all.
Thank you, Muthu
Ma'am?
Aravindan sir. Over to the moderator now for the question and
Thank you,
answers.
ma'am. Yeah.
Sunny Rajalingam. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
You've done a very good question. In present scenario, wealth creation is most important for investor as well as corporate side. The decision making also is very, very important for investor as well as corporate side. And also you include the
Yes,
decision
sir.
making process in present scenario that also be included in this. Okay. Talk
Yes,
about
sir.
the wealth creation of investors and wealth creation of corporates. Both both are very, very important portfolio management because they go for long-term investment, short-term investment, and medium-term investment. The investor also types of investor, low, because we are trade-off between risk and return. So wealth creation is very, very important, and also your concentration in the decision-making process in the sector in the portfolio management. Okay, you've done a very good
Yes, sir.
research, but present scenario decision is very, very important for both corporate as well as investor. That should be included in your research. But also you have to include one of the hypotheses in the decision making process. How to
Oh,
select
okay,
the
sir.
stock
Sure.
for the decade you are choosing, for 1 decade or 10 years or 5 years or 3 years, based on the decision making process for the consumer or investor. So you want to strengthening the investor decision-making process, and also you give confidential to your investors decision-making process because you are deal with emotional, you deal with sensitive because stock market always depend on behavioral finance of the consumer. Okay, so construct your.
We have the second presenter, Mr. Bhaskaran. Mr. Bhaskaran, see to it that your presentation is for 5 minutes.
Hello, who is the next presenter? Or any other suggestion from the audience?
Kadarasan
Sir,
sir.
is there any questions, sir?
Kanni Rajalingam sir, kindly mute yourself so that we can go on to the next
Okay, we'll go for the
presentation.
next presenter. Ma'am. Thank you for your wonderful presentation.
Thank you, thank you. Please kindly mute yourself.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your opportunity, sir.
The second presenter, Mr. Bhaskaran. Are you ready, sir?
Bhaskaran,
Sir, good morning, sir.
good morning.
Sir, Mr. Bhaskaran, sir, your time starts now and we are presenting. Once the
Good morning
presentation is there
to
on the
everyone,
screen,
sir.
you can start presenting. Others in the meet, kindly mute yourself. Mr. Bhaskaran, your presentation time starts now.
My good morning to everyone. My research topic: impact of macroeconomic variables on price volatility with a special reference to NSE Nifty 50 indices. I am Bhaskaran, PhD research scholar, part-time, PG and Research Department of Commerce, HH3 as a Rajas College, Autonomous Pudukottai. Objectives of the study. First, to understand the various macroeconomic variables and its impact on economy. Second, to study the changes in selected macroeconomic variables during the study period. Third, to study the price level changes of NSE Nifty 50 indices during the study period. And fourth, NSE Nifty 50 indices for data. Secondary data used for the study. Period of the study conducted from the monthly data taken from April 17 to March 2022 and the financial year basis. This paper tools used for the study, mean, standard deviation, correlation, and multiple linear regression analysis is used for the SPSS version 26 for the study. Hypothesis, null hypothesis. There is no significant relationship between selected macroeconomic variables and the NSE Nifty 50 indices. Alternative hypothesis, there is a significant relationship between selected macroeconomic variables and the NSE Nifty 50 indices. Findings and conclusion of the study. The study investigates the impact of macroeconomic variables on price volatility on NSE Nifty 50 indices with respect to 5 independent variables like imports, exports, foreign direct investment, foreign institutional investors, and crude oil. NSE Nifty 50 indices are considered as the dependent variable. The result of correlation reveals that there is a positive impact of macroeconomic variables, foreign direct investment, and crude oil can be observed on NSE Nifty 50 indices, whereas foreign institutional investors has negative impact on NSE Nifty 50 linear regression analysis of model summary so observed that NSE Nifty 50 is influenced by selected macroeconomic variables, dependent variables at 99.8%, that is R square value 0.998 by predicting independent variable. By statistics show higher value, which mean the model is goodness of fit for further interpretation. The significance value 0.054 is more than 0.05 at 5% significance level and indicate the null hypothesis rejected. So there is a significant relationship between selected macroeconomic variables and NSE Nifty 50 indices. Thank you to all.
Hello, my voice is audible, ma? My voice is clear?
Sorry, sir.
No, my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Audible or clear? Hello?
Sorry, sir.
Committee members, my voice is audible. Yes or no?
Kadalarasan sir, your voice is audible, sir. Shivani ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, I'm not able to change my slide.
Yes, ma'am, you can. Your time starts now. You can start with your presentation. You're not able to change the slide. Okay, ma'am. We can present from our side, ma'am. You just continue with the session.
Sure. Ma'am, can you give me a minute? Like, there is some technical issue. Yes, ma'am. So, good morning. My name is Shivani Rawat, and the title of my paper is Millennials and FinTech, Analyzing the Factors Influencing Their Financial Behavior. As we all know, that technology has taken everywhere and it has captured each and every area, and finance is no such exception. Talking about fintech, it's a fusion of finance and technology, which represents that the innovative transformation of financial services through introduction of technology. It involves ventures that streamline or automate the financial processes, and it has revolutionized that how all of us manage money today. These are some important review of literature which I have gone through my study. Kim et al. 2018 found that despite financial education, millennials exhibit poor financial behavior in both short and long term contexts, suggesting the need for more targeted strategies beyond education. Walsh and Lim in 2020 revealed that while millennials frequently adopt personal financial management technologies, their overall financial behavior remains low, except in retirement planning. Stradline and West in 2016 noted that over half of millennials saved for emergency, but many struggled with the debt. Prento in 2020 found that higher financial literacy among Indonesian millennials correlated with increased stock market participation. So this is the conceptual framework which is based on technology acceptance model, which was given by Davis in 1989. It includes perceived usefulness, perceived ease of use, and perceived risk, and their impact on continuous intention. Talking about perceived usefulness, it is that how a person thinks a technology is useful to him or her. Talking about perceived ease of use, how a person feels that a particular technology is making the particular thing easy for that person. And perceived trust refers to that how much the person trusts that particular technology, and the studies how these factors impact the continuous intention towards the financial technology of millennials. These are the research objectives. The first objective is to understand the short-term financial behavior of millennials. The next objective is to test the extended technology acceptance model on the continuous intention of millennials towards fintech. And the last objective is to explore the constraint faced by the millennials to seek their suggestions to improve their experience towards mobile payment services. These are the hypotheses. The first hypothesis is perceived usefulness significantly impacts continuous intention. Second hypothesis is perceived ease of use significantly impacts continuous intention. And the third hypothesis is that perceived trust significantly impacts continuous intention. So primary data was collected using a structured questionnaire, which include 5 points like the analysis. So these are the of Cronbach alpha in perceived usefulness was 0.734. That was in perceived ease of use in was 0.789, and in perceived trust it was 0.745. These are the summary of R square. The R was 0.887, R square was 0.789, and adjusted R square was 0.776. These are the analysis of variance with P. And this is the regression analysis, and which it includes that the significance level was 0.007, 0.002, for PEOU it was 0, and for perceived trust it was 0.004. These are the results. The results revealed that perceived usefulness have a positive contribution towards the continuous intention to use fintech services. And the hypothesis second was also supported, which revealed that perceived ease of use have a positive contribution ease of use significantly influence the customer satisfaction. And millennials exhibit responsible financial behavior as they contribute a significant part of the economy, and they embrace the mobile payment across demographics driven by benefits like time saving and expense tracking. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Kadalarasan sir, you can start with your
Hello.
Q&A session.
Yeah, go to the topic now. Go to the topic now.
Title of the paper is Millions of FinTech Analyzing the Factors Influencing Their Financial Behavior. Before that, you just go the objectives of this paper. Financial behavior of millions, and also you go in depth in after financial behavior means you go definitely you're testing the awareness of that behavior of the millions, and also adoption of the behavior of the millions, satisfaction of the financial behavior, and also one more importance, you can also include non-usage of the financial behavior of the millions is very very important, not only usage, because you randomly select the people both 127, your sample is 127, either you can go in for a random sampling, you didn't mention your sampling techniques, so either you can done your random sampling or any other sampling data, you can include not only usage, non-usage also very very important of the studies, because non-user also include the studies how they are behave, why they use that cell phone, new technologies, whether fintech and followed by any other technology using in banking sectors, why they are non-usage feel to use that technology, that also okay, that is very very future research, not only usage, because many people are using mobile technology, they are always giving positive response of your research, and also you go for other side
Sure, sir.
non-usage, even rural area and urban area, semi-urban area, metropolitan area, non-usage about their behavioral attitude regarding that, and also you take it as a serious.
Yes, 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 yes. I'm trying. Ma'am, I'm not able to see the. Can you present?
Yes, ma'am. Just give us a second. We are presenting from our side. Just 1 minute, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah. Good morning. Um, Today I'm going to discuss about innovative shifts and panoramic advancements in contemporary teaching and learning. So in this session, major advancements that has happened in teaching learning um, during and post pandemic. Next slide, ma'am. As you all know, we all have witnessed drastic changes in our lives during pandemic, and the same thing was also observed in teaching learning practices. There was a drastic shift with regard to teaching learning practices. The focus of the paper is to discuss the trends observed in teaching learning during pandemic, and what are the trends practiced post pandemic in teaching learning, and what are the opportunities and challenges that that were faced with the trends that have happened during pandemic. The sampling framework consists of 13 management institutes. Out of them, six were proactive in technology integration with teaching learning even before the pandemic, while the remaining seven rarely used technology. The heads of the department were chosen as sample respondents, and semi-structured interviews were conducted with them. With regard to the first research question, which is about the trends in teaching learning practices during pandemic, the online teaching has taken place, where the digitalization of study materials have happened, and the colleges started acquiring ICT technology for online teaching. There was also synchronous and asynchronous learning happening, and the blended learning was also happening simultaneously. New technology platforms were also introduced for the learners who were not using learning management systems, and people started adopting new way of assessments also. And on the other side, the digital divide was also observed, where not many people were equally privileged with regard to usage of
Ma'am, Shanas, ma'am,
technology
just check with the
with regard to
presentation.
teaching
Are you
learning.
going along with the presentation, or you want us to change the slide, because we are not getting any detail regarding
Ma'am, I am in slide 6. I am in slide 6.
slide 6.
Slide 6.
Please tell us when you need to change the slide, please, so that the moderator will be able to continue with your presentation.
Yes, I
Is
have
the
the
slide
slides,
correct?
friend. Yes, back,
Yes.
ma'am. Back.
Is the slide correct, ma'am?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Back.
1 minute,
Trends
ma'am.
practiced post-pandemic. That is the
1 minute,
heading.
1 minute, ma'am. Now, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So online classes are still conducted post-pandemic, but in special cases, for example, if there are any natural calamities or if there are any political hurdles because of which the colleges are not able to function, still the education is going on with the help of online classes, and institutes started making use of, they acquired ICT infrastructure even post-pandemic also, and they started whatever the recordings that had taken place during pandemic. I mean to say the classes recordings are also used as a repository for different purposes, and there are still continuing the usage of learning management systems in the institutes, and it is used for attendance, postage, assignments, course materials, and announcements. Students have also drastically started registering for online courses because since now they have acquainted well themselves with the online teaching learning. Next slide, ma'am. With regard to opportunities with continuation of pandemic teaching learning trends, now the industrial experts are just a click away. Hybrid model of educational programs, workshops, conferences, and seminars have happened. Distance programs have accumulated a new dimension, which is they have taken the form of online courses. Now the study materials are also available with the pre-recorded session videos of faculty. Simulation exercises are also happening, and international collaborations are also happening through online mode, where faculty from other countries are able to associate with the students over here, and we are able to do it in a most cost-effective way. Next slide, ma'am. And uninterruption of the classes is also happening as discussed earlier, and the students have also stopped over reliance on faculty for everything. Now they started exploring different sources of information that is available in digital web, and they started inculcating the habit of self-learning, and new employment opportunities for educators is also observed through YouTube channels. Many faculties have started their own YouTube channels, and that is the new source of employment that they have observed. It is still apprehensive about the maintenance cost of the technology because they had to renew the learning management systems and application licenses. Faculty are also complaining that the online classes are invading their personal space, and we could see some mixed opinion from faculty and students on online classes being distractive. And final slide, ma'am. Finally, I would like to conclude that from the insights drawn through the study, it can be stated that the crisis, though created initial hiccups, it eventually brought a lot of advancements in education system in short span, which otherwise could not be possible. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Go to the topic of the slide. Go to the hello.
The teaching learning advancements, sir. Shifts and panoramic progress in contemporary teaching learning practices.
Yeah, you collecting the data from 13 institutions, right? Now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So for your personal perspective, you're collecting the data from 13 institutions. Your personal opinion, I'm asking pandemic.
Yes, sir.
Before and after pandemic, this is good for students and also management as well as teachers. Online classes is good for, I'm asking, online classes is good for teachers as well as management and followed by the students. Your personal
Okay, sir.
perspective, ma'am. I'm asking about your personal perspective.
My personal perspective is, as we all know, we all agree as a teacher, there is a lot of difference that we can see with regard to virtual classes and offline classes. So in offline classes or face-to-face classes, we can sense the moods and the attentiveness of students. But whereas those hurdles are faced in online classes. But I would still prefer face-to-face classes, sir. With regard to
Yes.
students, with regard to faculty.
Because previous, yes, n number of resources available in these YouTube and followed by other website, but
Yes, sir.
n number of resources available. So before pandemic, after pandemics, definitely you have see any students from your institutions, good students from institution in knowledge, in-depth knowledge in subject before and after
Uh,
pandemic. I'm asking.
Sir, that pandemic effect is there in students, sir. Um, like they're not able to when after pandemic. This I am talking about. When they
Yes,
came
yes.
to
Because
classes, they were
I'm
not able
asking
to sit for a long time.
because subject knowledge is very very important. So after
True, sir.
pandemic, our value is
Good,
also
sir.
be reduced. Hello.
Yes, sir. Definitely, definitely, definitely.
So, okay, ma. It's because my suggestion is definitely technology will help for the people to gain more knowledge. Even though the same technology giving more distraction to the faculty as well as students, right now.
Yes, sir. Agree, sir.
Okay, ma. Okay. Go for the conclusion, ma.
Sir, I have already concluded, sir.
No, no.
So
I'm
it
asking
has.
you.
Okay,
I'm
sir.
go to the conclusions. You listed the conclusion now. I want to. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, it is projected, sir.
Yes, a crisis to create an initial hiccup. It eventually brought a lot of advancement in education. So a lot of advancement, and also you can include a
Yes,
lot
sir.
of advancement, and also you can include lot of destruction also that will be included in your conclusions. Okay, that will help
Sure, sir.
for the advancement in technology, and also that will be negative for so many differences there. Okay, thank
Yes,
you, ma.
yes, sir.
Thank you for
Thank you
your
for this, sir.
very good topic for the present scenario. It's a needed topic for the present research scholars and followed by other people. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Shahnaz
much,
ma'am. The next presenter, Mahalakshmi ma'am. Are you ready, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Shall I share the screen, ma'am, from my side?
We are presenting from our side, ma'am. We are presenting. You can follow the
Yes,
presentation.
ma'am.
When you need to
Yes.
change the slide, kindly let us know.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. So, good morning to the esteemed panel members and the participants. So, I'm happy to introduce my topic, corporate responsibility in healthcare, balancing profit and the patient care. So, why I choose this topic is the CSR and the healthcare has been an emerging concept. So, in healthcare, how the CSR activities can be initiated, how the profit maximization and patient care can be balanced by the healthcare organization. That is, I'm going to present the topic. So, next slide, ma'am. Yes. So corporate responsibility, it's a corporate social responsibility refers to the ethical obligations of the healthcare organization to act in the best interest of the society while maintaining profitability. So we will explore how the healthcare providers can balance generating profit with fulfilling their social obligations, ensuring the high quality patient care and fair treatment, transparency, and the responsible allocation of those healthcare resources. Next slide, ma'am. Next slide. So the objective is to investigate how healthcare providers can find the equilibrium between generating profit and fulfilling their social obligation. So this balance is much crucial for maintaining public trust and achieving financial sustainability in the healthcare sector. Next slide, ma'am. So corporate social responsibility in healthcare evolved as a response to growing criticism of the profit-focused model. And early research insights the need for ethical practices in healthcare to address the negative impact of the commercialization by the healthcare organization. And the increasing commercialization of the healthcare raises question about how much profit is being acceptable without sacrificing the patient care. That is, they have to balance the profit and the patient care, not hindering the customer's retention. Next slide, ma'am. So one of the major issues is the growing cost in the healthcare, which can strain the both providers and the patient, the healthcare providers and the patient. And there are some ethical dilemmas around the profit maximization versus the patient care, where the focus on profit can sometimes compromise the quality of the patient care. Next slide, ma'am. So secondary research has been taken for the study, including a review of the corporate social responsibility report from the healthcare organization, and the hospital records relating the CSR activities has also been given for the study. Next slide, ma'am. So ethical corporate responsibility practices lead to the improved access, transparency, and the trust. And the strong corporate responsibility framework enhances reputation and attracts the better talent for the healthcare organizations. And the organizations that adopt responsible governance are most sustainable and resilient in the long run process. And governments could mandate the minimum standard for the corporate responsibility in healthcare to ensure that profit motive do not override the patient care satisfaction. And the stronger corporate social responsibility policies would ensure a balance between cost effectiveness and the patient centered practices. Next slide, ma'am. Thank you. Profit-driven healthcare models can negatively affect the quality of the care by prioritizing cost cutting over the patient well-being. And some healthcare providers, for example, like in America, we have the Kaiser Permanente, which have successfully implemented models that combine financial sustainability with ethical patient care. And in India, the Tata Arogya has been given in 2020 has been given 1,200 crores in collaboration with the ICICI for the cancer-related treatments, and the CIPLA has been given 578 million in the 2020 during the pandemic period for their healthcare activities relating to the CSR initiatives. Next slide, ma'am. Sorry, the previous slide. Sorry. Go to the previous slide. So ideas can be given like the patient center innovation labs and the value-based healthcare partnership, social impacts bond on the healthcare initiative, and the proactive healthcare monitoring. And coming to the conclusion, corporate responsibility in healthcare is a critical factor in maintaining the public trust while achieving the financial sustainability. And it is possible to maintain profitability while upholding ethical standard through the patient center model and the value basis. So future research can be given like innovative model that seamlessly integrate profitability with the superior patient outcomes, like the role of technology like the AI and blockchain in enhancing transparency and accountability in healthcare decision making is also worth exploring in the patient care and the profit maximization. Thank you. I'm concluding my presentation here.
Thank you, Mahalakshmi ma'am. Kadalarasan sir, over to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Kadalarasan sir.
Audible, ma'am?
Over to you, sir, for the question and
Sorry,
answer.
voice is little.
It's clear?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Corporate responsibility in healthcare, balancing profit and patient care.
Yes, sir.
Topic particularly in Indian scenario, because we don't want to compare
Yes,
with other countries. Because
okay, sir.
our population is 140 crore people, ma'am. In 80 crores people belongs to below poverty line people. So
Yes,
balancing
sir.
profit and care is quite difficult in our country in present scenario because we are 140 crore people.
Yes,
In
sir.
government, so your topic is good topic, and private sector come forward to do this balancing profit and patient care. In present scenario, it's quite difficult, and also you think in futures, yeah, but
Yes,
that's
sir.
good. You made a good attempt, particularly
Thank
in
you,
Indian
sir.
scenario. You go to that conclusion, ma. Conclusion, ma. Conclusion. So corporate responsibility in healthcare is a critical factor in maintaining public trust while achieving financial sustainability. So you compare with other countries also, ma. Because
Yes, sir.
many models were in foreign countries like US, Japan,
Yes,
and
sir.
Europe countries. Many models, Norway, Finland. These models, many models were there. That model
Okay, sir.
particularly adopted in India, and successfully they implemented, and successfully they implement these policies. It's much in India. So that is also you have to be mentioned the models, name of the models. Whether
Yes,
many
sir.
models
Yes, sir.
in foreign countries using the same models, you can list out the models also, new
Yes, sir.
models,
Yes, sir. Definitely.
because we are in
Yes, sir.
140 crore people. It's quite difficult to implement in India. You go for the other models and take that models, take that variables, include that variables in Indian scenario. You get your output, which model will fit for the Indian soil or Indian countries. that you mention in future research, okay?
Yes, sir.
And also you include
Definitely,
AI.
sir. I'll include in my future research.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
you included a role of blockchain technology and followed by other AI, artificial intelligence, followed by other technology, new technology will helpful for this future research. But technology, best way
Yes, sir.
to
Yes, sir.
profitable model. And CSR, corporate social responsibility is very, very important, and also include the US models. Many business people, corporate people, they're lending more money for to research to develop the yeah, they're lending more money to the people, benefit of the people after their retired stage, after their CEO or anything to be retired stage, the half of the money will be they are going that they're lending money to the trust to develop their health, like a cancer institute or other institute. That will be included in the research, okay? That is the corporate responsibility
Yes, sir.
model.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for
Yes,
the
sir.
research and future.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you
the
for
best
this
to you.
opportunity, sir.
Okay, okay,
Thank
ma.
you.
It's a good topic.
The
Thank you
next,
so much, sir.
yes,
Thank you
Good,
ma'am.
so much, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
good
You can
afternoon,
mute
ma.
yourself.
Thank you
Next
so much.
presenter, Mr. Ravichandran, sir.
Mahalashmi, ma.
Mr. Ravichandran, sir. Mr. Ravichandran, sir. Are you there?
You can share the screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Your time
Good morning,
starts.
everyone.
Yes, sir. Your time starts now.
Now, yes. Uh, Good morning. My topic for the day is tax avoidance, tax cooperation, large cross-border contracts, and taxability of permanent establishments. I'm a student of DSU, Bangalore, and my guide is Dr. Lakshman Rao. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Hello. It's important to understand the implications of tax avoidance and cooperation in the context of EPC contracts, because due to globalization and trade and commerce leading to different structures and opaque regulations in certain countries, the cross-border differences are appearing in judicial judgments. Plus, economies go digital, that's creating a major challenge. And as a result, profits are getting shifted from uh, other countries to low tax countries. And over to prevent this, BEP's initiatives have been taken. 140 countries have been the signatories. In the context of EPC contract, it is an infrastructure-based contract which can be decomposed into two parts: offshore and on-site. Offshore will look at the activities which can be carried out outside the country, and on-site will be those which will be carried within the country. And some of these two will be taken to be the total project deliverable. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Past studies have indicated that uh, there is certain amount of bilateral cooperation between countries to collaborate and do away with double taxation, and it also helps in providing a handle for avoiding taxes, to how to handle or address it out. Then there are information sharing agreements between different countries coming up to combat evasion as well as unfair competitiveness, aggressive tax planning. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Exchange tax information exchange agreements have become very critical today. Developing countries like India have signed considerable amount of agreements across with other countries. India is a formidable challenge, as we all know. And the main problems is, I think, out of implementation of double taxation agreement. But if the countries are not satisfied with the judgment, they go to arbitration, which becomes more critical. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Previous graphs, there's no particular study on this topic linking with respect to tax cooperation and tax uh, taxation of EPC contract, as well also as how to catch hold of avoidance in those areas. In this, we propose to look at the framework for international tax cooperation on taxability of contract to reduce the likelihood of revenue loss and interconnected ways which are happening in EPC contract. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Methodology is basically based upon OECD publications, judgments of different courts by judiciary in India, as well as expert consulting opinion and reports from publications of KPMG, EY, Deloitte, and other people. The study discusses the tax cooperation strategy with respect to India. and also propose a tax cooperation framework for particular models of contracts. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Objective is function of international tax cooperation, how it ends in identifying reasons behind evasion and avoidance, understand the tax cooperation and information sharing practices in relation to mutual agreement procedures, advanced pricing agreement, and double taxation agreement, and study the important variables and components have a significant impact on international tax cooperation. Next slide, please. Basically, it is involving considerable amount of effort by different players in the market because different players are involved in that. So they split the contract into composite, turnkey, umbrella, and fixed price, and offshore on-site, and use special purpose vehicles to uh, deliver the project. This is actually an operations requirement accepted world over. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. India has also signed considerable amount of double taxation agreement with different countries, and these agreements are basically sacrosanct, and they will be taking precedence over any provisions of the Income Tax Act. And their advanced pricing programs have been taken agreement which should reduce the dispute. Also, mutual agreement procedures between different countries, so that the possibility of a litigation get restricted in areas of transfer pricing, etc. And in the case of key sectors covered are basically engineering, design services, contract research and life sciences and other things, knowledge processing, BPO. Next slide, please. Uh, DTS provides for the main form of tax credit or tax exemption, and there's also a concern that the developing countries may outperform the developed countries for investments, and therefore it is affecting the farmers' ability to handle and progress for their internal growth. So that is the other challenge, and developed countries are strongly objective to the various practices leading to incorporation, offshore banking, etc., because money from that side is flowing out of the country. Next slide, please. This is the proposed model I try to design based upon perceptions and literature as well as judgments of different courts. You decompose those parts into two parts for material and services, as also under the different conventions coming up, OECD and others, and then using the different tools available like double taxation agreement, APA, MAP, plus also offshore funding, etc. You can avoid and circumvent the tax liabilities. Next slide, please. This is the main side for tax cooperation. Why nations require a tax cooperation agreement, and which is becoming increasingly critical and important because there has been considerable amount of tax information exchange agreement. The reason is using banks as a conduit, people are funneling the funds and going out of the country, and therefore it becomes later difficult to retrieve those funds back. Therefore, structure has been proposed here, which might possibly temper the ability of large MNCs and others to reduce or the normally payable dues of taxes. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Hello. Next slide, please. Hello.
Move on to next slide, ma.
Yeah. Next slide, please. Conclusion is.
Hello.
Yes. Next slide, please. Yeah.
So just give us a minute, 1 minute, huh?
No problem. Only it shows the conclusion, that's all.
You want the conclusion slide, sir?
Yes, yes. That's all.
Ravi Chandran, sir. அவந்து present ஆகுது.
Thank you. basically,
So
the
you can
conclusion is
continue,
that,
sir.
yeah, basically the conclusion is that because of tax cooperation, the possibility of getting revenue loss may be less, number one. And number two, with respect to the domination by OECD countries, is a big issue. And especially the role played by US and some of the other developed countries in the European side is going to reduce. And that's why they are up in arm against this. And considering tax cooperation, the amount of unfavorable judicial decisions which can come for the investors will get reduced. This will increase confidence in the economy by the investors and also the rulings of the judiciary. And international cooperation is going to be a must, and currently it's going to increase more so. And tax collaboration can and information network exchange programs can reduce the negative effects of taxation and limit the use of tax evasion. And there is therefore considerable amount of tax collaboration efforts happening. BRICS has also supported the initiative. That's all. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for the session. Dr. Kadalarasan, sir, you can take over with the Q&A session.
Ravichandran.
Yes, sir.
To avoidance, to cooperation, large process, border contracts, and taxability of permanent establishment perspective.
Yeah.
So whether it's a benefit for neighboring countries, the two tax avoidance or tax cooperation.
Yeah, cooperation will come.
Example of, yes, I'm coming. Suppose the example of South Asian countries, BRICS countries, European nation, African nation, and South American nation. It's a benefit for tax avoidance to get the benefit from developed countries or underdeveloped countries.
It is possible to develop the countries, and that might also invite investments in those countries, because there will be a level playing field here. So then, and there cannot be any discrimination, where currently the bargaining is depending upon the strength of the economic strength of the country. Like for example, Indian economic strength has considerably grown. Therefore, many of the clauses can be put in India on the negotiating table when I do a bilateral agreement with different people. So as this goes up and investments go up, the African countries will also become more dominant because of the natural resources. So some amount of concession certainly can happen. So yes, in the long run, it is possible. In the short run, it is a no.
So tax avoidance and tax cooperation, why they go for tax avoidance and tax cooperation in international business?
This is because the simple reason that the funds actually have been funneled away by, yes, the funds have been taken away by the respective investors through a maze of entities, which are like the holding companies, intermediate holding companies, special purpose vehicles, as also trusts located in other jurisdictions. Other jurisdictions where you don't have easy access to law, that location is somewhat different and opaque. For example, Luxembourg, Cyprus, Isle of Man, where considerable investments are made by Indian industrialists. Entities are also having their arms in that. So you cannot get easy access to those data.
So why all the countries to maintain tax avoidance, tax cooperation? My question is, why this all the countries to maintain the tax avoidance, tax cooperation among the countries? Main reason is to maintain the foreign exchange value. That is very, very important. You are saying many excess of matters. They maintaining the foreign currency value. For that purpose, they are going for tax avoidance and tax cooperation. Okay.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes.
Because we are doing cross-border business. Present days, you can connect with any countries, 140 countries or 200 countries you are doing business, expand your business, corporate or country. They're maintaining the currency value. That is very, very important.
Yes.
Particularly dollar value or foreign currency exchange value. For that purpose, they're going for tax avoidance operations. Okay.
Yes.
That will be definitely helpful for benefit for neighboring countries or cross-border countries. They're getting the benefit for tax cooperation, tax avoidance. You can concentrate on MIBAR value and LIBAR value. Okay.
Yeah.
London interbank offer rate, Mumbai interbank offer rate, how they're lending money to the corporate and maintaining the value of currency values. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for it.
Thank you, sir. Vishal Arun Gupta, sir,
Thank
are
you.
you ready?
Okay, I'm going to
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. We are presenting. We'll let you know when to
Yeah,
start.
sure. Okay. Can I say now, ma'am?
You can start your session, sir. Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, all of you. My topic is I study on green technology and innovation. As we all of us know that in today's life, sustainable development is very much important. Only development is not cannot solve the problem. The thing is there, both the things are very much contradictory in nature. When we are going for the growth, when we are going for the development, at the same time, we most probably harm the environment. So we have to take care of both the thing, and here the role of green technology is very important. And at the same time, when we are talking about green technology, without innovation it is not possible at all. Ma'am, next slide please. So green technology. Ma'am, next slide please. Ma'am, I can share from my side also. Okay, fine. Thank you. As I was discussing about the things that without innovation, the green technology is not possible at all, especially when we talk about the various sectors.
Sir, are you
Like when
sure?
we talk
Vishal,
about
sir, sorry to interrupt. Are you sure you are presenting from your side?
yeah, definitely, ma'am.
Okay, we
Definitely.
don't want our presentation, then we are stopping sharing our screen. You can present from your
Yes.
side, sir. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. Sure, ma'am. Thank you. Is it visible, ma'am? Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. You can continue.
Yeah, thank you very much. Uh, so when I was discussing about the introduction, without innovation, green technology not possible at all. When we are going about the faster rate of growth, this that, then definitely innovation is required over there. And at the same time, when we are talking about the pillars of the green technology, there are basically four pillars. One is environmental pillar, another is social pillar, another is their economic pillar, and energy harvesting. These are the four pillars where green technology is most probably required. And green innovation to enhance the especially recycling of the we can say the wastage and everything. Technology addressing the climate change, because the major problem is there, that is global warming and other environmental issues, that is the cause of the climate change also. At the same time, we have to adopt various innovative things, modern things, to improve the environment. Next slide is there. Sector using green technology, that is energy sector, transportation sector, waste management sector, water filtering, or air purification. So these are the major sectors which are going to use the green technology. Advantage of the green technology, due to green technology, it is definitely helpful for the garbage management. It is also helpful to release the zero and fewer hazardous things in the atmosphere. Green technology also help to maintain the ecosystem. It reduced in the energy resources, conservation of energy resources. Additionally, at the same time, it also helps to the restoration of the ecosystem health. There are also various disadvantages, like we can say that there may be the problem of we can say cost, there may be the problem of final outcome, and there may be other ambiguities also possibility over there. And right now the new things are going on, that is the green nanotechnology. When you are talking about the nanotechnology, it is basically involved in the overall eco-friendly things, where you are going to use various small equipments things, that is the green technology. So overall, the conclusion of the study there, our planet stands at the critical jurisdiction, as we are seeing over here, that our global warming and the various social issues that are the major problem in nowadays. So there is green technology very much required and useful for all of us. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, Vishal Gupta.
Yes, sir.
Your topic is a study on green technology and innovation,
Innovation,
right?
definitely. Yes, sir.
So, Government of India in green technology, they concentrate on mitigation or adaptation. My question is, Government of India
Hmm.
in green technology, particularly in green technology, they
Yes.
concentrate on mitigation or adaptation.
Sir, when we are talking about the green technology, we have the requirement of both the things, that is mitigation. Also, at the same time, we have to adopt the various things, various technology. As I'm talking about I was talking about the energy sector also. You can see over there, NTPC, the government companies, public sector company. They are basically going for the green technology. They are going for the green power energy, various things, and at the same time, private sector is also equally participating over there for
Vishal,
both the.
Vishal,
Yes, sir.
you understand my question? My question is whether government to concentrate on mitigation or adaptation present scenario in green technology.
Mitigation, sir. For the
Mitigation,
mitigation.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Mitigation, understand? Reduce the risk, reduce the harmful natural disaster. That is very, very important. Even, but government, all the government were concentrated on adaptation or mitigation. My second question is, your side is mitigation is
Uh,
right, but government, all the government concentrate on adaptation or mitigation. In present scenario, based on your research, you
yes,
and also reviewed many review of literature. Present
yes, yes.
scenario, all the government concentrate on mitigation or adaptation.
When we are talking about the government policy, there are definitely some
No,
issues
no
regarding
need.
the.
I am not explain, and no need to ask any explanation. Present government, whether
Yes,
they are interested in mitigation or adaptation.
they are definitely interested in mitigation, sir. Mitigate the problems regarding the this
What you
green.
done research, Vishal? You done a very good research, but plus all the government are concentrated on only adaptations. They invest money, they cultivate the profit. No one concentrate on mitigations. It's quite difficult. If you take the example of Kerala, natural hazard that will happen in that particular area in Kerala, present, they mitigate that people. They retrieve that people from the same they recover from the past. It's quite difficult, you know. They government and followed by corporate people, they adopt. Okay. So and
Sir,
also
sir,
you
sir.
concentrate
Yes,
on research in green technology, mitigation
yes,
and adaptations. Okay.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. But I have objection, sir. That you are saying that government is not concentrating on the mitigation of the green technology and this thing. But at the same time, when we are going to observe the thing, the government is going for the overall electric vehicles and this that. That is the mitigation, no,
So
sir. So definitely, government is concentrating.
okay, Vishal, okay, Vishal. We don't want to argument the topic on mitigation and
No,
adaptation.
no, no, no.
Okay, okay.
No, sir.
So okay,
This is not argument, sir.
you
Both of the people have
suggested your
definitely
topic.
different ideology. This,
Mitigation also very, very important.
yes, sir.
Adaptation also very,
That
very
is not a
important.
matter
Okay.
of argument, sir.
Thank you so much for your
Yeah, yeah,
presentation.
yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And
Thank
thank you,
you, sir.
Kadalarasan, sir, for joining us with, for this session as moderator. And your insightful questions made our presenters more and more valuable with this session. And thank you for all the feedback you have given regarding to the presentation. And the presenters, all the results will be announced in the group for you all. So we'll continue with the vote of thanks with the session.
Before that, hello, I
Yes,
would
sir.
like
Yes,
thank to
sir.
the. Before that, I would like thank to committee members selected as a moderator for this international conference and very good conference. I would like thank to the management people, followed by principal, faculty members, and students. Support this conference. Particularly, I thank to Patrician College of Arts and Science, from the head of the Department of Management Studies and head of the Department of Commerce, and followed by faculty members, students. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for joining online also.
Hello. As we conclude this insightful session on finance, it's my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks. On behalf of the management, I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to everyone who contributed to this session and make it a success. First and foremost, I would like to thank our esteemed speaker, Dr. Jairaj, for delivering such an engaging and informative session. Your expert insight into finance have broadened our understanding and sparked stimulating discussion. I also wish to express my sincere thanks to our moderator, Dr. Kadalarasan, for guiding this session so efficiently and ensuring that the discussion remained insightful and productive. To our participants, both here and joining us virtually from across the globe, we greatly appreciate your active participation, commitment to this conference. Once again, thank you all. And now I would like to switch the next session over to Akshaya. Thank you.